Well, hey y'all, it's Kim from Kim Dixon Creative. I'm here today for the Not Too Shabby Shop with a little haul, and I'm going to also make a card. The first thing that I purchased was this Lawn Fawn paper pad. It's called All the Dots Petite Pack. It's got some really great textured paper in there, and not textured as far as tactile textured, but different patterns in there, and some really great pastel colors. As you'll see in the video, I like to a lot of times use pattern paper if I'm doing like a scene. I like to use pattern paper as my grass and my sky or whatever, and you don't have to go back in and add any kind of texture to the paper when you do it that way. And so they're really great. I love this little paper pad. It's cute. The next thing I got was this Southern Sass clear stamp from Whimsy Stamps, and it's really cute. And it comes with a die for the Heifer Please. So I've picked that up, and then I got the Southern Heifer clear stamp. I got the Slimline Fence die. And then from Honeybee, I picked up the Happy stamp and die set. This is going to be a really great staple in my stash. And then the big stamp set and die set. Today I'm going to be using the not Southern Sass, but the Southern Heifer clear stamp. I'm going to stamp out Bessie. And I'm going to be using Memento Tuxedo Black ink because I'm going to end up coloring Bessie with my alcohol markers. And right out of the gate, I want to go ahead and apologize for the lighting and my setup. I'm sort of straight right now, but I won't be in a little bit. I am at my son's house, and he and his wife just brought home their newest baby, and he's been in NICU for a little while. So when he got to come home, it was absolutely a celebration. And I'm up there, and I forgot a lot of things, including my gray markers. So Bessie is a brown spotted cow instead of a black spotted cow. But they're out there. I went ahead and colored her up and cut her out, fussy cutter. So now I'm going to pull some pattern paper out of that that pack of paper that I showed you, and I'm going to cut out some grass. And as you can see, I forgot my my low-tack tape, so my die shifted, but it's okay. It works out fine. But both of these dies are from my stash. They're both Lawn Fawn dies. And so I'm going to use them on my card. So I cut the grass out of the green polka dot kind of paper, and I cut the fence out of just a piece of white paper. And I went back in with a brown marker. I didn't bring any ink to ink my edges. So I just went in with a brown Copic marker and kind of went over the edges of that fence to give it a little more dimension. So I'm going to go ahead and glue down my grassy hillside that Bessie's going to be standing on. And I'm gluing that straight down to a piece of the blue paper out of the paper pad. So that blue stripe is my sky. The green polka dot is my grass. I'm going to come back through after I glue that down and kind of curl up the edges of that grass to give it a little texture and dimension there. And if you're mailing this card, you might not want to do that. It's probably going to flatten out, but if you're going to hand deliver it, it's kind of cute. And then I'm going to glue Bessie down. She's going to glue straight down onto the card. And never fear, I have foam tape coming. I know you guys are going, but Kim, where's your foam tape? It's coming. So get some glue on the back of Bessie and get her glued down, and try not to drop her glue side down. I was struggling a little bit, not in my craft room, and but it's okay. It all came together, and Bessie, I think, turned out good. I like the colors of her. She's different, so. But I'm just going to glue her straight down there. And make sure all those little horns and ears and everything are glued down. I pull up the little piece of grass she's got in her mouth because I was thinking that the fence may go over her, over that grass, but it didn't, so I just put it back down. But there's my foam tape. I put it on the back of my fence so that it gave that some dimension. And but you'll see when I put that down that it's not actually going to cover up that grass, so I just go back in and just burnish that down a little bit with my finger once I get that down. So there she is standing in her fence, and here's a do as I say, not as I do. I'm trimming off the back of this. You would want to use your long shears to do this, not your cutter bees. But guess who didn't bring her long shears with her? So I'm using what I have. This was a true practice of survival crafting. You do with what you have. So I forgot a few things, and my long scissors was one of the things that I forgot. So I'm going to end up, I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiments on there, and on the front, down at the bottom of the fence, I'm going to stamp out Heifer Please. And since this is a new stamp, I'm just going to stamp it a couple of times on scratch paper to get it seasoned so it takes the ink well. And I'm just going to put it down there in the bottom right corner. And it's stamped out beautifully. I used Versafine Clair Nocturne ink for my sentiments. That's my favorite ink for sentiments. You get a really clear... see, I told you I'm struggling. I didn't even take my pen out. But you really get a clear image when you stamp with that Nocturne, the Versafine Clair Nocturne ink. So I'm going to glue the card panel down to a card base. It's an A2 card base, and it is a landscape side folding card base. And I'm just going to glue that down. It's that blue panel was cut to 4 by 5 1/4, so it's going to leave a little border. Going to flip up some more of my grass there. And so then I decide that I want a sentiment on the inside. I'm fairly pleased with what I've got going on outside. So on the inside, I'm going to stamp the sentiment that says, "In the South, we don't hide crazy. We put it on the front porch and give it sweet tea." And that's no more appropriate than for my house. So that's our card for today. I will be back later in the month with another card with some of these stamps. But I just thought that for me, being Southern, I thought that was the most appropriate stamp and die set that I could ever have in my arsenal. But anyway, thank you for sticking around and watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope more than that, I hope it inspired you to create something for yourself. I'm going to leave links below for the shop and for the products that I used out of the shop. I'm also going to leave a little discount code down there so that if you go over to the shop, you can pick up these things with a little bit of a discount. I think it's about 10%, so that's pretty nice. That generally takes care of your taxes. So anyway, I do hope you have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye.